What's up, fight fans? Thank you once again for coming through. Um, Please hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. My subscribers are growing. Wow. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I'm not really a numbers person. So don't worry. I have no interest in monetizing or doing anything like that. But my subscribers are going, which is nice to know. All right, Callum Smith fights in a couple of weeks, and you wouldn't know it. Callum Smith takes on Juergen Braehmer. He goes to Germany to fight, and it's the other semi-final, right? It's the one that no one's talking about. Everyone, and rightly so, is talking about George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr., but the winner could come from this semi-final. I mean, Juergen Braehmer's a tough dude. This is the guy that's won titles at light heavyweight, albeit regular belts, but he's tough. Callum Smith is unbeaten. Massive guy, to be honest. You know, it's strange. You look at Juergen Braehmer, who fights at light heavy, when he done that face-to-face with Callum Smith in the ring, it looked like a middleweight versus a cruiserweight. And I know I exaggerate sometimes, but Callum Smith is probably the biggest super middleweight I've ever seen. If he does beat Juergen Braehmer and Chris Eubank does beat George Groves, they're going to need a ladder for Chris Eubank when they do the face-off, because there's at least 4 or 5 inches between these guys. I think I'm the same height as Chris Eubank, and what's that, 5'10", 5'11"? Callum Smith must be 6'4", 6'5". He's huge. He's huge. In fact, I think he is. I think I've seen a photo of him and Eddie Hearn, who's also quite tall, and I think these guys are very similar in height. Anyway, rumbling on a bit there, back to this fight that no one's talking about. Sky have done nothing in promoting this. I sometimes wonder if Sky's promotional budget for boxing is like nothing, and it's all based on Anthony Joshua, because they've got a guy here that is unbeaten, has a good following in Liverpool, and they've done nothing to promote that he's actually fighting. Maybe because I'm guessing the fight's on ITV, and I get that, but nonetheless, he's a Sky fighter, right? He's a Matchroom fighter, he's a Sky fighter. Say something about his fight going on. This is a guy that potentially is 2 fights away from being the unified super middleweight champion of the world, potentially. And he's getting no press coverage at all. I don't know what Eddie Hearn does with Callum Smith in terms of if Eddie Hearn still fancies him. I think we've all watched Callum Smith recently, and sometimes Callum Smith looks fantastic, like he did against Rocky Fielding. And then sometimes you watch his performances and you think, there's something missing. There's something missing from him. Look, do I still think potentially he could go on and win a title? Yes. But did I think he could dominate like I did 3, 4 years ago? No. I definitely don't. I think there are a lot of holes there, and I think good boxers will easily just find ways to clear up those holes. The biggest problem I have with Callum Smith isn't Callum Smith. The biggest problem I have is his trainer, Joe Gallagher, who I think is a very, very shit trainer. I think a couple of years ago it was super overhyped, and now it's like, his boxers are losing and losing quite convincingly on a regular basis, which is hence the reason Scott Quick decided to kind of jump ship and go to Freddie Roach. I didn't even realize I was blocked by Joe Gallagher. I must have said some awful things back in the day. I just looked at his Twitter page, just to have a look at what he's talking about, and I thought, what, blocked? What have I done? But I can understand why he is blocked. So for me, he leaves now, which I don't think he will. I think he's comfortable being in Liverpool, and obviously Joe Gallagher being in Manchester. It's a very easy commute to training. If he leaves now, he's got a chance. If he continually stays with Joe Gallagher, he's not going to get any better. And someone like Callum Smith needs to get better, because he has all the tools, I think, to be a great boxer. He has a good amateur background. He has a great stiff jab. He's very tall, and he has a good knockout record as well. I mean, what's his fight? 23 fights, 17 KO. That's a decent knockout record. So there's a lot he can do. But again, I'm surprised why no one's even talking about this fight. I think it's a fantastic fight against Juergen Braehmer. I actually do pick Callum Smith to beat him, only just. I think Callum Smith's the fresher of the two. I think Juergen Braehmer had a fantastic career, but I think, what is he, 40 now? 39, 40? He's getting on a bit. He looked good against Rob Brandt, but Rob Brandt, I don't think, is Callum Smith. So it'll be interesting to see how this fight plays out. And I also think, I'm sure this fight is free, right? I know the George Groves versus Eubank is box office, understandably, has to be. I think this fight is free, which is interesting. I guess it shows what the Sauerlands think of this fight. But nonetheless, guys, what do you think? Callum Smith, Juergen Braehmer, who wins? Let me know. I've gone for Callum Smith just. But like I said, Callum Smith does have these weird performances. Sometimes he looks fantastic, unbeatable. Sometimes he looks European level. If he's European level against Juergen Braehmer, he loses. If he's the unbeaten confident, world level fighter that I think he could be, he wins. And he probably stops Juergen Braehmer. But let me know what you think. Peace.